All right, gentlemen, let's have a real talk, pilot to pilot, man to man. Forget the sanitized press releases and the glossy defense contractor brochures. What I'm about to lay out for you isn't just an advancement in military aviation. It's a seismic, ground-rupturing shift in the very concept of air power. It's the kind of revolution that happens once in a generation. Think of the jump from the propeller to the jet engine, or from the gun to the beyond visual range missile. We are at that moment, right now. And the machine at the white-hot center of this inferno is a sleek, autonomous, 5,000-pound predator called the YFQ-44A Fury. This isn't just another drone. This is an AI-driven Wingman, a true collaborative combat aircraft, CCA. That's about to redefine what it means to be a fighter pilot and what it means for America to dominate the skies. This is the machine that will allow a single F-35 pilot to command the lethality of an entire squadron. And it's being built not by the old, lumbering giants of the defense industry, but by a team of tech rebels who are running circles around the Pentagon's glacial bureaucracy. What we're witnessing is the birth of the new alpha predator of the sky, and it will blow your mind. I've strapped into the cockpit of an F-15E Strike Eagle, and I've felt the razor's edge responsiveness of the F-16 on the Thunderbirds. I've flown in combat, and I know what it means to have your life, and the lives of the guys on the ground, depend on the technology bolted to your airframe and the reliability of the wingman flying off your six. I also know the crushing weight of the bureaucracy that often stands between the warfighter and the tools we desperately need. For decades, we've been caught in a cost-death spiral. We've been building the most exquisite, technologically advanced fighters in human history, and they are magnificent machines. But they've become so expensive, so precious, that we've become strategically hamstrung by our own success. Look at the F-35 program, an eye-watering $428 billion behemoth. When a single jet costs north of $100 million, it ceases to be just a weapon of war. It becomes a strategic asset that you are terrified to lose. An admiral or a general isn't just thinking about the mission. They're thinking about the political fallout of a downed F-35 on the nightly news. This creates hesitation. It makes us risk-averse. And in a high-stakes fight with a peer competitor, hesitation is death. Our adversaries, particularly China and Russia, know this. They've built their entire anti-access/area denial, A2AD strategy, around this one vulnerability. They've saturated the battle space with thousands of cheap, effective surface-to-air missiles, SAMs, and long-range air-to-air threats, creating kill zones designed to make us bleed, to make the cost of intervention so astronomically high that we won't even show up to the fight. For years, the Pentagon's answer has been more PowerPoint briefings, more committees, more bloated programs that take 20 years to deliver a platform. Into this stagnation steps Anduril. You have to understand, these guys are not your grandfather's defense contractor. They are the Tesla of the defense industry. The company was founded by Palmer Luckey, a tech prodigy who sold his virtual reality company, Oculus, to Facebook for billions and then pivoted to building what the video's host calls war tech that actually delivers. This isn't just talk. Their entire philosophy is a radical departure from the norm. Here's the key. Anduril operates like a Silicon Valley disruptor. While the legacy giants wait for the Pentagon to spend 5 years writing a requirement, Anduril is already in the garage building. They self-fund their prototypes. They are building for the user, for the operator, for the pilot in the cockpit. They build the most creative, most lethal warfighting machine possible, and then they take it to the military and say, "Here it is. It works. You want it? This iterative, rapid prototyping model means they can build, test, and field new capabilities in the time it takes the old guard to schedule their next quarterly review. They are delivering functional, tested hardware while others are still stuck in PowerPoint bureaucracy. This is the DNA inside the YFQ-44A Fury. This is not some slow, unarmed Reaper drone. This is a fighter. Let's talk specs for a second. We're looking at a 5,000-pound takeoff weight, powered by Williams FJ44 turbofans that pump out around 4,000 pounds of thrust. That gives this thing a top speed of Mach 0.95, 0706, 0712, putting it right in the same performance bracket as the manned fighters it's designed to fly with. But here is the number that should make every adversary on Earth lose sleep. It can pull more than 9 Gs. As a human pilot, 9 Gs is a gut-crushing, vision-graying, neck-breaking limit. It's the absolute edge of human endurance, and you can only sustain it for a few seconds. The Fury, being an unmanned airframe, isn't limited by a fragile human body. That 9+ Gs is a conservative, unclassified number. The real limit is just the structural integrity of the airframe itself. This machine can execute maneuvers that would instantly kill any human pilot. It can turn tighter, pull harder, and sustain that performance indefinitely. No human-piloted J-20 or Su-57 can follow it in a dogfight. Period. This brings us to the core concept, the Collaborative Combat Aircraft, CCA. This is the AI Wingman. As a flight lead, I can tell you that one of the most stressful parts of any engagement is managing your formation. 2. Check your 6. 3. What's your position? 4. Rejoin. In the chaos of combat, wingmen get lost. They get target fixated. They make mistakes. That's the human element. My AI wingman, the Fury, is never lost. It's never out of position. It's the perfect wingman. It's always exactly where I need it to be, running its own sensors, managing its own electronic warfare, and ready to engage at my command. This is force multiplication on a level we've never seen. Imagine me in an F-22, the apex predator. Now give me command of 10 Furies. I haven't just multiplied my force, I've exponentially increased it. I now have the combat power of an entire squadron, all commanded by one human pilot. I can send 4 Furies to jam enemy radars, 2 to act as decoys, and 4 to conduct a flanking attack. All while I hang back, undetected, managing the entire kill web. The brain that makes this possible is Anduril's Lattis AI. This isn't just an autopilot. The video describes it as a neural net that links drones, radars, and jets into a lethal kill web. Think of it as the combat equivalent of Tesla's full self-driving. It's an autonomous system that perceives the battle space, fuses data from dozens of sources, and makes its own tactical decisions to achieve the mission objectives set by the human commander. This solves a problem that has plagued remote-piloted concepts for years. I remember sitting in pilot training, listening to a DARPA briefing that absolutely blew my mind. This guy was pitching a drone, flown by a Top Gun pilot sitting in a 360-degree wraparound simulator that could pull 20 or 30 Gs. It sounded like the ultimate dogfighter, but there was always one critical flaw: lag. Even a 0.5-second delay between the pilot's input and the drone's reaction is an eternity in a dogfight. It gets you killed. Lattis AI obliterates this problem because the AI is on the platform. The pilot in the F-35 isn't remotely flying the Fury with a joystick. The pilot is a mission commander. They are tasking the AI. They are drawing a line on their map display and saying, Fury Flight, secure this airspace. Or Fury 3 and 4, engage that SAM site. The AI then executes that command, flying the aircraft, managing its systems, and prosecuting the target autonomously. My role as a pilot evolves from a stick and rudder operator to a true battlespace commander. This new capability unlocks a new doctrine, and the key word is attritability. It's a sterile word for a beautiful, vicious concept. The Fury is estimated to cost around $20 million per unit. That's 1/5 the cost of a single F-35. This doesn't mean it's cheap or disposable. It means it is expendable. It means I can afford to lose one. This new math changes everything. It means I can finally take the fight to the enemy's doorstep. I can send the Furies into the highly contested areas, the heart of the SAM networks, to do the dull, dirty, and lethally dangerous work. I can have them scan for threats, jam radars, or fire missiles. I can even order one to go kamikaze and fly itself straight into a high-value radar to save my manned F-35. I am trading a $20 million machine to save a $100 million machine and the irreplaceable American life inside it. That is a trade I will make all day, every day. This is how you break the back of China's A2AD strategy. You overwhelm them with mass and lethality that you can afford to lose and they cannot afford to stop. The video lays out 2 hypothetical scenarios. I want you to visualize them. Scenario 1. Narco-terror takedown off Venezuela. Forget high-cost P-8 patrols. An Aegis destroyer, sitting safely over the horizon, launches a swarm of 6 Furies. The Lattis AI on board automatically coordinates a search pattern. They dive low, 500 feet over the water. They're not just looking, their sensors are networked. One Fury's radar pings the faint wake of a narco sub. Instantly, that data is shared with the entire swarm. The AI autonomously classifies the target, and 2 Furies break off, fire micro-sized missiles, and turn that sub into a reef. It's not over. The remaining Furies loiter, using their sensors to spot the cartel scouts on the beach. The AI runs facial recognition, identifies them, and instantly forwards that targeting data to an MQ-9 loitering nearby. The entire operation is over in 20 minutes. 0 American lives risked. It is surgical, networked, and absolutely terrifying in its efficiency. Scenario 2. The Taiwan Strait Throwdown. This is the main event. This is the full-up war with a peer competitor that we all train for. The Strait is a kill zone. J-20s are in the air, HQ-9 SAMs are active, and China's new J-35s are spitting off their carriers. Sending in a traditional strike package of F-35s is a potential bloodbath. But now, you send the Furies in first. An F-35 package is inbound, but it's shielded by a swarm of 8 Furies out in front. They are the tip of the spear. The Furies light up, intentionally baiting the Chinese SAMs. They use decoy tactics, projecting false locations, forcing the enemy to waste hundreds of millions of dollars in missiles on empty air, and, in the process, revealing every single SAM location to the Lattis network. Now, the enemy fighters launch. China's vaunted PL-15 long-range missiles are 50 miles out. The Fury swarm's Lattis AI detects them, classifies them, and directs the swarm to deploy countermeasures. They act as a defensive shield for the manned fighters. An unlucky fisherman looks up and sees the missiles exploding harmlessly. Now the fight is on. The Lattis AI directs the pack to flank the incoming Chinese fighters. I, the F-35 pilot, am still 50 miles back, completely undetected. I see the J-20s on my sensor display. I don't turn to engage. I am the quarterback. I task 2 Furies to engage the lead J-20. I task 2 more to engage the second. Those Furies, unburdened by human physiology, execute 12 G turns and launch. The fight is over before the J-20 pilot even knows my F-35 exists. Anduril is even building the fuel for this fire. They've teamed with Raytheon to build a new solid rocket motor, SRM, that packs 30% more propellant into the same casing. This means our missiles, launched from our Furies, fly faster and farther. We get the first shot, first kill advantage every single time. Anduril is scaling production to 100,000 of these engines a year. This isn't a boutique tech demo. This is preparation for industrial-scale warfare. The Air Force gets it. They are already planning to buy 1,000 of these CCAs by 2030. The first flight of the Fury is scheduled for mid-October 2025. That's right now. This isn't a 10-year-out fantasy. This revolution is happening as we speak. The video jokes that Top Gun 3 is now going to feature drone pilots. It's a laugh line, but it's the truth. The role of the fighter pilot is not ending, it's evolving. We are being elevated from stick and rudder operators into true mission commanders, orchestrators of an AI-driven swarm. Drones are the new king of the battlefield, and the CCA, the YFQ-44A Fury, is the alpha predator of those kings. This is the future of American air dominance. It's smart, it's lethal, it's fast, and it's finally here. Buckle up.